And muting dolls.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Let's go do it. It's not in there today. Hi, what's up? How are you? I am great. Good to see you. Go ahead and some new sticks. They're cute, right? Says
I like the
you caught it. Good job. Sometimes I'm not sure she will catch it, you know? Gotta be on your toes.
You know, you know.
If you know, you know. Okay, now the music's real loud. It's good. Okay. All right. Thought this was my coffee. Okay. All right, friends. Morning. Happy Sunday. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Just a couple announcements. Let me think here. On Friday, so this Friday, I have my breathwork class that is once a month, but really twice a month. It's just like my frequency class. It's called Emerge. It's almost full. There's like 2 more spots. So if you do want to come, sign up as soon as possible. It's Friday 7:15 to 8:45 p.m. And I have my same sound guy, Brady Bloom, that's awesome, doing sound for me. So he's amazing. He has all these different instruments, drums, harmonica, he sings, and he does like looping, like live looping, and he just makes a beautiful song. And so we do about 50 minutes of breathing, straight breathing. It's not pranayama, it's not like yogic breath exercises, it's one type of breath. The closest thing that people know is holotropic breath. So you're doing one type of breath for a really long time, which takes you into an altered state of consciousness. So you're just moving energy through the body, letting whatever's there that wants to be felt, that maybe has been like suppressed, repressed, letting it come up to move through you. So it's a really, I think, beautiful experience. At the very least, you'll walk out with just a reset in your nervous system. And then at the very most, people have like really hugely transformative experiences. So if you're interested, come Friday, 7:15. And then just an FYI, I'm teaching this class I'm teaching all my classes until the end of the month. And then I'm headed to Thailand for almost like over half the month. So I'll be in Thailand from the 1st to the 21st of March for my retreats. I'm running a couple of retreats there. So I will have subs for all my classes. I believe James is subbing this class. The last 2 Sundays I'm gone, and then the first Sunday I'm gone is going to be Victoria. So Victoria, James, and then I'll be back. But I will be here next week. There's still one more Sunday in February, so I hope to see you then. And yeah. Oh, I'll also say this. I have a Zoom breathwork on Tuesday, which is, I'm doing a series, and each month we're working on a different chakra. We're learning about a different chakra. So this month is the sacral chakra, which is your pleasure center. So if you're interested in joining, that's this Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. It's $25, and you would just Venmo me $25. Put your email in the comments and say Zoom breathwork, and I'll send you all the information that you'll need. So any questions, comments, requests? Okay. Shall we do it? Just practice. This thing? This is a phone. It's zooming. You're being live zoomed.
That's fine.
It's my kids. All right, let's practice. So let's find, I'm gonna have us start in child's pose today. So find child's pose, your variation of it. I personally like my knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Hips to heels, forehead to your mat. And it might feel a little bit good to kind of move around before just plopping yourself back. So maybe you move your hips around a little bit. Maybe you explore knees wide, knees together, somewhere in between. And then eventually just come to a place where you can, for the most part, just relax. If child's pose is super uncomfortable for you and you'd rather just lay down on your belly, that's totally fine with me. So take a moment to just simply feel the ground underneath you, feel the space around you, feel any sensations in your body. So physically, what's present for you? What do you notice in your child's pose? How are your hips? How does your low back feel? Your shoulders? Maybe notice, are you tensing up through your face at all? Are you tightening through your jaw or your forehead? And if so, maybe you can relax just a little more, soften just a little more. Start to notice not just physical sensation, but also start to feel into energetically, how are you? Emotionally, how are you? Just taking a little inventory of yourself, of your inner world, all the layers inside. And start to feel into your breath. So the rise and the fall, the expansion and the contraction. And see if you can start to take your inhales, move them all the way down into your low belly and your low back every single time you breathe in. See if you can take your exhales all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very bottom. And if you haven't already, begin to drop into your ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. See if you can start to create that gentle whisper noise, that oceanic sound with your breath. So not only do you feel the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction, but you also hear your breath as it flows through you. See if you can follow it with your awareness and really use it to anchor you into the present moment. So let past and future for now just kind of fall away. Just feel into the here and now. Take this breath with you, rise up to your hands and your knees, tabletop position, and just start to explore either cat-cows or maybe big, huge circles with your hips. If you want, sometimes I like to come forward towards what I call a scorpion cobra. So bend your knees, big toes touch behind you as you come forward to a cobra pose. And then I like to rock back into a child's pose from there. So maybe that's something you explore. If you want to stretch your wrists or your forearms, get curious about that. Spin your fingers out to the sides or even back towards your knees. Take little rocks forward and back, side to side, around in little circles. You might even flip your palms to face up towards the sky. So just noticing, just feeling, just observing what's there. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds. And then eventually, we're actually going to sit back into screaming toe pose. So knees about hips width distance apart, toes are curled under, and then sit your hips back onto your heels. If this feels like a lot, you can keep your hands on a block in front of you or on the ground in front of you to take a little bit of weight off. Otherwise, you're sitting tall, hug in with your inner heels. You can rest your hands on your thighs, or maybe you bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and just feel, let the heat start to build in the soles of your feet. Send your breath into it. Stay as you are, breathe in as big as you can and hold in fullness. Big open mouth sigh, let it go. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale, fill up. Send your breath all the way down into your feet, into your toes. Hold. Big sigh when you're ready. Ah. 1 more. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. When you think you are full, see if you can even sip in a little bit extra. And then big open mouth sigh. Ah. Very nice. Come forward to hands and knees. Untuck your toes. And it might feel good to pitter patter tap your feet against the ground. Might feel good to lift your feet and just kind of point, flex, circle out your ankles. Eventually, downward facing dog. So as you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, and lift your hips. Down dog. Feel all that awareness in your feet. And start to feel around in your down dog. So maybe pedaling out your heels, maybe shifting your hips side to side. Maybe give your head a little shake. Yes, no. If you want, you can even extend one leg up and then the other. Feel into the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones or all the way up to your toes. Good. See if you can feel your strong hands against the ground. So spread your fingers and push the ground away. As you push the ground away, can you feel the strength in your shoulders? And then as you strengthen your shoulders, can you press your chest towards the back of the room just a little bit more? As you press your chest back, can you keep your hips really high? Can you feel a connection to your center? So each exhale, it's like your belly button is pulling in and up. It's like there's an invisible rope tugging up towards the ceiling and then all the way towards the top corner of the back wall. So feel that lift. You guys look really nice. Good poses. Take 1 more big inhale. And then with your exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Be in your fold for a moment here. You can bring your feet hips width distance apart or even a little bit wider might feel nice for this first one. All of your toes face directly forward. And then if you want, ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows, or like you're folding your arms, you can put your hands into the creases of your elbows. You might bring hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. Try to lean slightly forward rather than leaning back. So more weight in your toes and the balls of your feet, less in your heels. And then use your core strength to lift your butt, to lift your sit bones as high as you can. Try not to roll onto the outer edges of your feet, but stay rooted through the inner edges as well. Take 1 more big breath. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position. So stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward and lengthen. Exhale, fold and bow. And then this time all the way up. So come through your halfway lift and all the way to stand, arms to the sky, stretch tall, hands to heart as you exhale. Inhale, arms reach up, high mountain. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Exhale, dive down. See if you can keep your weight more forward. So leaning forward into your toes rather than rocking back into heels. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. Empty all the way out. Navel to spine connection and use that connection to rise. So from your center, arms to the sky, lengthen, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. Do that 1 more time. See if you can close your eyes. Feel from the inside. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, slow dive. Feel your body move through space, down into your fold. Nice, John. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. How much length and even strength can you feel in your back body? Good, Scott. Exhale, fold, release. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way up. Arms reach, maybe you even gaze up, side body is long. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. And then as you exhale this time, hands behind your back, getting into our shoulders, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades, squeeze your spine. If you have a tendency to just lock your elbows out like I'm doing right now, bend your elbows, press your palms together, and then try to squeeze your elbows closer to one another. See if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. And then maybe even lift your heart, little baby back bend. Hug in with your inner thighs. Press your hips gently forward. Take one more big inhale. Breathe into the front of your heart. Keep your clasp. Exhale. Hinge at your hips all the way down. Fold. Hang out in your fold for at least 2, maybe 3 more breaths with your fingers interlaced. See if you can relax your neck, let your head be heavy, shake it yes or no. See if you can bring your weight more forward, less in your heels, more in your toes. Yeah. And then lift your sit bones towards the sky. Lift your knuckles towards the sky. Take one more big in breath. Exhale, hands to your low back, release your clasp, let your arms hang down. You can give them a little shake out. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position, realign. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank, top of a push-up. Inhale here, push the ground away, and then as you exhale, listen, just lift your hips and press them back, down dog. You might bend your knees a lot. Inhale, rock forward, high plank, top of a push-up. Yeah, and then exhale from your center, lift your hips, press them back, down dog. This time, inhale, come forward. We'll add a push-up, so halfway down as you exhale, hover until you're empty in your breath. You can come to your knees to modify. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. One more time, just like that, with your breath. Inhale, rock forward, tippy toes, or knees can come down. Exhale, chaturanga hold. Good, inhale, push up. Nice, Bobby. Exhale, back to your dog pose, stretch and lengthen. Inhale, everybody forward one last time, and then all the way down to your belly as you exhale. Start in a Sphinx pose today. Bring your forearms out in front of your body. Forearms are parallel, elbows are shoulder width distance apart. Press down through your forearms, spread your fingers, and press down through your palms and your fingertips. See if rather than just sinking into your low back, you can draw your belly button in and up, and then imagine you're trying to drag your body forward. So with your arms, energetically pull back. See if you can pull your heart further forward. Stay toned through your belly, navel to spine. Press through your shoelaces. Hug in with your elbows. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take another back bend variation of your choice. So cobra, up dog, Spider-Man cobra, locust, wherever you want to go. And then as you're ready, no rush, downward facing dog. Good, a few rounds of breath in your down dog. So feel free to move, feel free to explore. You can also move and explore just on the inside. So maybe outer body is still. Inner body, lots of stuff to notice, lots of little micro movements, little micro adjustments you can make. So notice, feel around as if it's the first time you've ever been in a down dog. There's so much going on. How can you refine your pose? How can you breathe into every single little space? Take one more big in-breath. Exhale, look forward with awareness. Bring your feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift once you've arrived. Breathe in, lengthen. Gaze down rather than forward, back of your neck long. Exhale, fold in. Root through your feet. Rise all the way up, arms to the sky, big stretch. And still hard, exhale. All right, this time inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, chair plane. So bend your knees, swing your arms back behind you as you sit into your chair pose. You're not rounding and looking down at the ground. You're doing a cobra with your chest. So shoulder blades hug your spine. Chest is lifted, heart is open. See if you can stay connected to your center. So feel your belly button pulling in and up. Stay here or add a little balance challenge. Rock forward onto your tiptoes, lift your heels. And then if you lift your heels, see if you can lower your butt, bend your knees even more. Take one more full round of breath, slow, steady. Stay on your tiptoes if you want to, high mountain all the way up as tall as you can grow. Stay on your tiptoes if you want to, slow dive down. So balance challenge, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale, heels on the ground. Very nice. And then exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Take your vinyasa, however you'd like, add or subtract, or skip it all together. Slow, intentional breaths. Really nice, friends. Nice, Trish. Back in your down dog, ujjayi. So can you feel your breath? Can you hear it? Can you use it to support you in your practice? Rather than just muscling through this entire practice, you're using your breath to support you and hold you from the inside. Next time you inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So three-legged dog. If you want to open your hip or explore in any way, feel free, but then eventually square off your hips. So inner thighs will eventually face one another. Right hip will face down, slightly back. Yes, good. Once your hips are square, see if you can really make your right leg straight, strong, and powerful. So I don't care about height, but straight, strong, and powerful. Squeeze through the front of your right thigh. Either flex, point, or floint your right foot. Lift from your center, from your belly button, push the ground away. Take one more inhale. Nice width. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here, breathe in, push the ground away. You should be on your back, tippy toes. And then exhale, step forward softly. Nice, Mike. Low lunge. Be here for just a moment and stretch your legs however you want to. So whatever would feel good to you, maybe opening through your front hip, straightening through your front leg. Maybe just simply closing your eyes, putting your awareness in your legs and noticing what's there, breathing into your legs. In your next couple of rounds, find your way into your high crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle, hips are square, nice rows. And as you settle in, really find the stability in your legs by hugging towards midline. So front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. Your inner thighs hug towards midline. You feel that little tone in your belly. So navel to spine, lengthen your low back. Feel the support in your low back, and your heart might even lift a little higher. Yeah, perhaps gaze up and then feel into your face, soften your face. Breathe into your pose and feel yourself in crescent lunge on this beautiful Sunday morning. Take one more big inhale, maybe reach a little higher. See, exhale. Bring your upper body forward and swing your arms back. So just like we were in our chair plane pose a moment ago, we're not rounding and looking down. We're curling open like we're doing cobra with our chest. Hug in with your inner thighs. If this is where you want to stay, that's fine with me. Otherwise, root into your front foot, float your back leg up. Imagine you're trying to create a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your heel. Nice, Diane. It might be helpful to bend your standing leg. See if you can lift your heart a little higher, lift your back heel a little higher. One more round. Awesome, Andrea. Come back to crescent lunge. Soft landing if possible. Breathe in. Nice work. Exhale, hands to the earth. You're still in a lunge position, add a twist. So left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky, open up. Legs are strong. If there's a variation of a twist you feel like taking, feel free. So if you want to bend your back knee, grab hold of your foot, or if there's anywhere else you want to go, walk your left hand off the left side of your mat, reach your right fingertips back, maybe a prayer twist. So feel free to make it your own or stay right where you are at. Breathe all the way down into your belly, your low back. Use your exhale to twist from your center. Love the variations. Nice job, everyone. One more round. End of your exhale. Let that go. So unwind. Now listen. Bring your back knee down and unthread your right leg. So you're in a three-legged tabletop position. So right leg back. Lift your heart and lift your back heel, just like we did in our airplane pose. Smiley face shape, breathe in. And as you exhale, curl in, round, hollow out, empty out. Inhale, re-extend. And then this time you can go nose to knee or humble cow. As you exhale, rock forward, bend your elbows, tap your chin down. Hold here, draw your belly button in and up. Curl your back toes under, point your elbow tips straight up, shoulder blades hug your spine. One more breath. Inhale all the way up and back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, you choose straight to down dog or now rock forward, chaturanga. Lift your heart as you inhale. Lift your hips as you exhale. If you want to grab a child's pose for just a moment instead, that's fine. Take a moment to reconnect. Slow, deep breaths. Open mouth size if you'd like. Nice job, everybody. If you're not already there, next couple rounds, downward facing dog. All right, beautiful breathing. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And if you want to, go ahead and open your hips, circle out your knee, roll out your ankle, any exploration you would like to take. But then eventually find square hips. So inner thighs face each other, nice alley. As you press up with your left foot, make your left leg really strong and powerful. So it shouldn't feel like your left leg is heavy to hold. It should feel like it's supporting itself. So use all the muscles in your left leg. Press up and back with your left foot, inner thighs hug in. Press down through your fingertips. Lift from your center, from your belly button. One more big in-breath. Good. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Round your spine. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away on your back. Tippy toes. Nice, Kevin. And then step forward softly. Give yourself a moment on this side to just move around in your legs, to just stretch. No right or wrong, just feeling around. And then in your next couple of breaths or so, high crescent lunge. So you might bring your hands to your front thigh or your hips, eventually reach your arms up and feel your weight nice and centered. So your back leg should feel just as strong and powerful as your front leg. Hug towards midline. Feel your inner thighs hugging in, your low abdominals. So your lowest, deepest, they're called your transverse abdominals. They're toned, navel to spine, and you feel supported in your low back. Lift through your heart. See if you can even gaze up and then just feel each deep breath moving through you in this pose. Is there anywhere you can soften through your face, through your outer shell? Take one more in-breath Nice, Trish. Exhale, hinge your upper body forward as you reach your arms back. So think of a long, strong diagonal line from the top of your head back to your heel. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Hug your back muscles towards your spine. Stay here, or back foot floats up whenever you're ready for full airplane. Yeah, like a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your heel. Hips are square. If it's helpful, bend your standing leg. Use your back strength to lift your heart. Use your inner thigh strength to lift your heel. One more round. Nice, Laura. Back to crescent lunge. Good, Mariah. Soft landing if possible. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Stay in your lunge position. Just add a twist. So right hand or right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. You can also use a block under your right hand if you want. And then if there's a variation that you feel like exploring this morning, go for it. You've got about 3 breaths. Keep breathing all the way down into your low belly. Nice, CC. Keep feeling that ringing out with each exhale. Take one final round, working your twist. End of your exhale, unwind your upper body, bring your back knee down, and then take your left leg back. So you're in a 3-legged tabletop. For a moment, it might feel good to give your left leg a little shake. Eventually, just like you're in airplane pose on your hands and knees, lift your heart. So not just your head, but your heart. Lift your back heel. So feel a connection to your center, not like you're just sinking into your low back. Draw your belly button in and up and push down through your hands. Active through your left foot behind you. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slow motion, knee to your nose, round and hollow out. Keep pushing the ground away. Inhale again, lift and lengthen. You can stick with knee to nose or exhale, humble cow, rock forward, bend your elbows, tap your chin to the ground. Hold here, back toes tucked under, shoulders roll up and back, or I should say down and back, so don't let them roll forward. One more breath. Next inhale, push up, use all your strength all the way back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, straight to down dog or rock all the way forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. And you choose either sit back, child's pose, or downward facing dog. So take just a moment, reconnect. Slow, steady ujjayi breath. Couple open mouth sighs might feel nice. Good job, friends. In your next couple rounds, everybody, downward facing dog. We're gonna take that whole sequence as a flow, breath to movement. We will move slowly and mindfully with our big, huge breath. So not speeding through transitions, not speeding from pose to pose, but moving really slowly and intentionally. You can always take a break. You can always do your own thing if it works better for you. If you're coming with me, one more inhale into down dog. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop forward, fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way to empty, navel to spine connection, rise, arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Flowing with breath, inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird, option to float to tiptoes. Stay on tiptoes if you want, high mountain as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your toes as you dive down slowly. Yes, nice, Steve. Heels on the ground, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Try to keep that exhale going as you lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Very nice. Big inhale, right leg to the sky, strong and powerful. Exhale, use your core, step your right foot forward, softly, low lunge. Crescent lunge, strong through your legs, rise up, reach up, maybe gaze up, inhale. Exhale, yogi's choice, airplane lunge or fly, back foot floats. Inhale, back to crescent, soft landing if possible. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Nice, Stella. Exhale, hands come down. With your inhale, twist. Right arm reaches up, gaze up, open up. Exhale, unwind, set your back knee down. Inhale, three-legged tabletop, right leg back. Exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, curl in. Inhale, re-extend. And then one more of those, or humble cow. Exhale, bend your elbows, tap your chin. Inhale, everybody all the way back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, rock forward, plank to chaturanga, your variation. Heart lift, shoulders back and down, breathe in. Hips lift, breathe out, down dog. Stay with your breath. Inhale, left leg high. Use your core. Exhale, step forward softly. Rise, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, you choose airplane lunge or option to fly. Back foot floats if you want. Good, back to crescent, land softly if you can. Exhale, hands to the ground. You are not in a rush. Add your twist with your in-breath. Open through the left side of your heart. Very nice. Exhale, unwind. Back knee comes down. Inhale, left leg extends back. Three-legged tabletop. Exhale, nose to your knee, round. Navel to spine. Inhale, re-extend, lift your heart, lift your back heel. You can take that again or exhale, humble cow. Back toes are tucked. Inhale, press all the way up and back, three-legged. Exhale, rock forward, take your vinyasa. Lift your heart as you breathe in. Lift your hips, down dog. Got one more time through, stay with me. Huge inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step or float, forward fold. Lift halfway with your in-breath. And dive, fold in. Exhale, root through your feet all the way up. Big stretch at the top, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale, listen. I'm gonna add a few things this time. Inhale, reach up. Side body stretch towards the windows. You can make it your own. Inhale, back through center, reach up, realign. Other side as you exhale, up and over, empty out in your breath. Inhale, back to center. Add a little baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms, curl open. Inhale, come back to center. So arms up, neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Now exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So maybe up to tiptoes. Stay on your tiptoes if you want. High mountain. All the way up as tall as you can possibly grow. Maybe stay on tiptoes, take your swan dive. You can take any arm variation you'd like. Yes. Nice, Sophia. Inhale, lift halfway, heels on the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Try to keep that exhale going as you lower. Lift your heart, breathe in, shoulders back and down, root through thumbs and index. Exhale, down dog. Listen carefully. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Stretch it out. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Use your obliques. Beautiful. Nice, Trish. Back up, three-legged. Nice reach. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit. So aim high. Add a push-up if you want. Don't let your left shoulder roll forward. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Exhale, everybody. Knee to your nose, then step through softly. Breathe in, crescent lunge, rise. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, yogi's choice, airplane lunge, or one more chance to fly here, back foot floats. Nice width. Back to your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the earth. All right, left hand stays down, right arm to the sky for your twist. Inhale, now listen. As you exhale, unwind, walk your hands all the way over to the left long edge of your yoga mat. Wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna take a moment just to be here. So about 5 breaths, anywhere you wanna go. You can take an inhale, find a halfway lift, and then fold in. You can twist, you can bend one knee and then the other. Headstand, handstand hops. Be wherever your body wants to go. Feel into your body. Yeah, honor what it's telling you. So maybe you need something more restful, more passive today. Maybe you want to go for something a little more challenging. Good. Take about 2 more rounds. Big, spacious breaths. Next time you inhale, fingertips to the ground and maybe a halfway lift if you have space with your spine. Bend your knees if needed. Walk your hands forward as you exhale. Rotate your toes forward. Set your back knee down. Inhale, three-legged tabletop. So right leg back. And here we are. Knee to your nose as you exhale. Curl in, round. Inhale, re-extend. Lift your heart, lift your back heel. Exhale, humble cow. Or if you want to modify, knee to nose is fine. Inhale all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Listen, open up your hips. So everybody pause, bend your right knee, stack your right hip on top of left, stay here, or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down. Yes, lift your right arm, reach forward, heart forward. Beautiful. See if you can press your hips up, feel your back muscles hug around your spine. One more big, huge breath. Nice rose, end of your exhale. Everyone, regular down dog, walk it out. Keep walking it out in your down dog. Or option to inhale, rock forward to high plank, maybe hover your right leg. And exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Lift your heart with your in-breath, curl open, peel your heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, you are almost there. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Stay and hold or exhale. Left knee, right elbow. Push the ground away. Get as close as you can. Nice die. Inhale, three-legged. Stretch, lengthen. Left to left. Exhale. Aim high. Add a push-up if you want. Good. Inhale, back up, three-legged. And then knee to your nose, curl in, hollow out, step through softly. Crescent lunge, one more time, rise, strong legs, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, airplane lunge or back foot floats, fly. Thanks, Mike. Come back to crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Beautiful, Bobby. Breathe in here, and as you exhale, slowly hands to the ground. Twist as you inhale, so open through the left side of your heart, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Wide-legged forward fold on this side. So walk your hands all the way over, right long edge of your mat. Yes, parallel your feet, straighten your legs. And about 5 rounds of breath, wherever you'd like to take it. Same thing or completely different. You do you, just stay present. Stay in your body, notice, feel, observe. No judgment, but simply observation. Job, friends. Couple more rounds. Nice, John. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Next time you inhale, fingertips to the ground. If you have space, you can lengthen your spine, bend your knees if needed. And then exhale, crawl your hands forward, rotate toes forward, set your back knee down. Inhale, three-legged tabletop, left leg back. Exhale, round, nose to your knee, curl in, push the ground away. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart, lift your back heel. Take one more, or humble cow as you exhale. Strong arms, strong belly, back toes tucked. Inhale all the way up. Three-legged dog. Pause here, open your hip. Beautiful. So left hip stacks on top of right. Feel the opening at the front of your left hip. Stay or flip your dog. Left foot comes down, nice and easy. Yes, heart forward. So if there were a mirror on this front wall, you're trying to look at yourself in that mirror. Your heart wants to look in that mirror. Take one more full breath. Beautiful. And back to down dog. Walk it out. Keep walking it out. Or option to inhale forward, high plank, maybe hover left leg. Exhale, chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. And then listen, back to screaming toe pose. So like we took at the very beginning of class, toes curled under. Sit back onto your heels. Try not to let your heels drift apart, but hug them in. If it feels like too much, hands can come to the ground or a block in front of your body at any time. Either sitting tall with your hands resting. If you want, you could interlace your fingers behind your back. You could take reverse namaste or grab opposite elbows. See if you can just take really slow, deep breaths. Calm your body from the inside out. Exhales a little bit longer than inhales. Unclench your jaw, loosen through your forehead. Send your breath down into the soles of your feet. This is so good for your plantar fascia, the soft tissue on the soles of your feet. Take about 3 more rounds. Good job, you guys. End of your next exhale. Come forward to hands and knees. You can give your feet that little tap. And then eventually sit back into a child's pose. So now your toes are not tucked under. Hopefully this feels relatively good. If you feel like you're gonna get a Charlie horse, you can come back up, kind of move your feet around. Yeah, a couple of big deep breaths into your low belly, low back. Just feel all that energy that you've stirred up inside. Feel it flowing, circulating through you. As you're ready, rise up to hands and knees, tabletop position. From tabletop, we will move into a modified side plank on our right side. So pivot on your right knee, bring your right foot out to the side of your mat, and then left leg back, left arm up. Beautiful. So your left foot can stay on the ground, or you can float your left leg up, but make your left leg strong and powerful, like you're trying to stomp it on the back wall. Option to take your left arm forward, so bicep next to your ear, and then lengthen through your left side. Breathe into that length. Yeah, perfect place to stay. Final option, only if you want to take it, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Once you've got it, work the pose now with gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Try not to kick your foot up, but rather kick your foot back and let your heart look up. Press your hips gently forward. Breathe. One more huge breath. Nice work. End of your exhale. Slowly come back to tabletop, hands and knees. And then your right leg, the one you were just balancing on your right knee, extend your right leg out to the right, toes face forward. Hopefully you have space. You might have to stagger yourself a little bit. So right leg comes straight out, heel from your hip, and then your toes face forward. Left arm out to the left, all the way up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath. So reach, reach, reach. Come down to rest. Outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Yeah, and you can use your right hand as support. You could also use your right hand as leverage. You could wrap your right arm behind your back. You could wrap your left peace fingers around your right big toe if that's available to you. Don't force it. Big deep breaths into your back body, slow, spacious, all the way to empty with every single exhale. Good job, friends. Last couple rounds here. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, bring your right hand back to the ground. And next time you inhale, unthread your left arm. Reach it up one more time. Follow with your gaze. Open up. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Take your right leg and swing it over so your right toes come off the left side of your yoga mat. They're curled under. Pull your hips to the right and then gaze back over your left shoulder. So personally, I usually like to bend one or both elbows. Sometimes I even come down to one or both forearms. Sometimes I walk my right hand forward a little bit. So feel into it. Lots of length in your right side body. Yes, one more big breath. Beautiful. Come back, tabletop, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat. This time, warrior two stance. So pivot your back heel down, cartwheel your arms up. Your right arm reaches forward, your left arm reaches back. Your right knee is bending deeply and tracking towards your pinky toe. So rather than feeling like it's collapsing in, press into the outer edge of your foot, wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body. If it feels like your left hip is shooting forward, see if you can pull it back. So feel into a nice neutral pelvis while allowing your hips to open. Next time you inhale, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach up, reach back, lengthen through your right side. Yeah, nice, Laura. Keep that deep bend in your right knee. Lift your right ribs further away from your right hip, and then breathe into your right waistline. Beautiful. Bend your front knee just a tiny bit more, and then reach through your fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale, come back through warrior two. We're going to straighten our front leg, setting up for triangle. So straighten your front leg, and you might shorten your stance just a tiny bit. Imagine there's a rope attached to the outside of your left hip, and it's pulling back. At the same time, your right fingertips are reaching as far forward as they can. So like you're getting pulled in these opposite directions. Reach, 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 and then just your arms change. Right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. Beautiful. Nice, Mike. So heart is open, hips are open. You can stay here, or left arm might reach forward, extended triangle, bicep next to your ear. And if you want to challenge, make sure you can hold the integrity of the pose. Possibly both arms reach forward like you're holding a ball in between your hands, a big beach ball. Imagine you're trying to let your heart look up. Yes, beautiful. Take about 2 more rounds wherever you're at in your triangle. Nice work. From triangle, we will move into half moon pose. So bend your front knee, reach your right hand to a block or the ground in front of you. Float your back leg to the sky. We're not gonna hold super long. So find your balance. Find the strength in your back leg. Open through your heart. One more in breath. Now exhale, standing split. So stay balanced on your right leg. Just fingertips to the ground. And then you can think nose towards your knee, forehead towards your shin. We're not gonna stay here super long. So just really lengthen out. Lift your left leg a little higher. One more breath. Now listen, as you inhale, come to a halfway lift, but keep your left leg lifted. So spine parallel to the ground, square off your hips. So that might mean you lower your left leg quite a bit. See if you can peel your heart open, twist, right arm to the sky. Yes, revolved half moon, beautiful. Back leg is strong. Twist from your center, use your core, use your breath. Just one more round, your fullest expression. Amazing, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out. Lift halfway on an inhale. And as you're lengthening your spine, bring your big toes to touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. You can press your heels down, that'll work ankle flexibility, or you can lift your heels up, that'll work strength. You can leave your hands, your fingertips on the ground, or you can wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze. Slow, spacious, intentional breaths. Just feeling yourself, your body. Anything flowing around inside of you. No judgment, just observation. One more round. Inhale, halfway lift. So heels down, spine long. You can widen your stance if you'd like. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Flowing for a moment, inhale, reach up. Just like we did before, side body stretch towards the windows. You can make it your own, exhale. Through center, breathe in. Make it your own, other side, up and over. Breathe in, back to high mountain. Baby back bend, cactus, your arms curl open, make it come from your mid and your upper back rather than your low back. Arms re-extend, spine realigns, reach up, breathe in, and then just take it all the way down, fold. Beautiful, lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Now listen here, side plank, full side plank if you can. If you want to modify, you can take a modified side plank again, no big deal. Maybe you modify by coming down to your right forearm. So right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Very nice, Scott. Good, you got it. Lift your hips. Maybe reach your left arm forward. Maybe float your left leg up, take one more full round, whatever your fullest expression looks like here today. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank, inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down slowly. Lift into your back bend with your in-breath. And then again, we're going into screaming toe pose. Sit back, toes tucked under. Knees about hips width distance apart. And then if you want to, you can stay here, perfect, just like we did before. If you want, you can work this little drill, fingertips to the ground, and then you'll lift all the way up into a forward fold. You'll come down slowly, just like this. You can practice doing it without your hands. So just a little mobility. Moving through your ankles, through your knees, through your toes. Or just hold where you're at, about 2 or 3 more rounds. And if you're taking that little mobility drill, pay really close attention to how you move through your ankles, through your toes. You roll into the outer edges. Where are your little imbalances? Where do you need to use your hands? Where can you lift your hands and just use your core? Everybody eventually, hands and knees. Give your feet that little tap. And then eventually, no rush. Sit back into your child's pose and just take a moment, rest there, breathe there. Good job. All right, hands and knees, tabletop. Modified side plank, left hand is your base. So rotate on your left knee, left foot comes out behind you like a little kickstand. Right leg reaches back, right arm up. And then try not to stick your butt out behind you, but rather see if you can press your hips gently forward. Your right leg can be floating, make it strong and powerful, or your right foot can be on the ground if you'd rather. Maybe take your right arm towards the front wall and feel into the length of your right side. So like you're doing a side body stretch, breathe into your right waistline, right rib cage, stay here. Final option, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold. Good work. See if you can let your heart look up even more. So as you kick your foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Try not to kick your foot up, but back and let your heart look up. Soften your face. One last huge breath. Very nice. End of your exhale. Nice, John. Come back to hands and knees. And then we will take our left leg out to the left. So if you need to, kind of stagger yourself away from your neighbor. Toes face forward, right arm out to the right, all the way up. Breathe in here. And then exhale, thread your right arm underneath. Reach through as far as you can. Gently rest outside of your shoulder and your head, wherever you want to take it on this side. So maybe you go the exact same place you did on the other side, or maybe somewhere completely different. Just feel whatever there is to feel. Good. Let me try something new. Last couple rounds. If you happen to have your left hand lifted, set your left hand back down. Next inhalation, unthread your right arm. Reach it all the way up, open it. And then exhale, right hand down. Pick up your left foot. Swing your left leg all the way over so it comes off the right side of your mat. Press it into the ground. See if you can pull your hips to the left as you gaze back over your right shoulder. Maybe you even kind of round and push the ground away, peekaboo under your right armpit. Maybe you rock a little bit forward or a little bit back. Take one more big breath into your left side. Nice, Kevin. Good, Ali. End of your exhale, tabletop. Downward facing dog. Good breathing. So just resetting, walk it out, pedal out your heels. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to the top of your space. Warrior 2, pivot your back heel down as you rise. Yes. So left arm forward, right arm back, shoulders open, collarbones broad, hips open, heart open. As you bend into your front knee deeply, also press into your back foot, the outer edge. Keep your back leg strong. Feel your shoulders stacked right over your hips. Feel your neutral pelvis while allowing your hips to open. Next inhalation, reverse warrior. So front palm reaches up, reach slightly back. So big, huge bend in your front knee as you reach towards the top corner of the back wall. See if you can lift your left rib cage up away from your left hip. Beautiful, friends. Soften your face. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, come through your warrior two, but we're moving into a triangle. So straighten your front leg. Some of you, maybe this is where you keep your feet. Some of you might want to shorten your stance just a little bit. Hips get pulled towards the back wall as you reach for the front wall. And then when you're ready, just your arms change. Left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Heart stays open. Nice, Adrian. Hips open. Stay where you're at, or right arm might reach forward, bicep next to your ear. Feel the length in your right side. Keep your heart open. Stay here, or if you want that challenge, both arms reach forward like you're holding a beach ball in between your palms. Make sure you can maintain the integrity of the pose through your legs. You should feel connected to your center. You should be able to breathe wherever you are at. One more round. Beautiful. Transition into your balancing half moon. So left hand reaches for the ground in front of you or a block in front of you. Back foot floats up. Back leg is strong. Stomp it onto an invisible wall behind you. Heart is open. Hips are open. Beautiful, you guys. We're not holding it super long. Expand in every direction. One more inhale. Exhale, stay balanced, standing split. So bring both hands or all 10 fingertips to the ground. You can keep your hip open or square them off. It's up to you. But think of your upper body in a forward fold. Breathe here. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. See if you can lift your leg a tiny bit higher. One more inhale. One last exhale. Dive deeper, fold further. As you inhale, halfway lift with your spine. Now square off your hips. So maybe lower your right hip a lot. Inner thighs face each other. Peel your left side open. Reach your left arm up. Just like we do in our revolve lunge, use your core. Squeeze your inner thighs. Back leg strong. See if you can open through the left side of your chest. Reach higher. One more round. You've got it. End of your exhale. Let it all go. Forward fold. Nice work. Give your left leg a little shake out. Give your body a little acknowledgement. Maybe a couple big deep breaths. Open mouth sighs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Walk your big toes together. Little gap in between your heels, tuck and curl as you exhale. So tiny little potato bug ball. If you want to play from here with crow pose, feel free. Otherwise, hold in your little potato bug ball for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice job, friends. Next time you inhale, meet in a halfway lift position. So everybody heels down, spine long. You can widen your stance if you want. Nice, Andrea. Exhale, fold, bow. Rise to stand all the way up. One last time. Big full body stretch. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. And breath to movement one more time. Here. Inhale, reach up. Side body stretch. You can make it your own. To the right. Send hips to the left. Inhale through. Center. Other side. Exhale. All the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, center. Baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Curl open. Squeeze the bottom tips of shoulder blades. Inhale, back to center. Neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Exhale, stick your butt out all the way down. Fold. Lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands back to plank. full side plank, left hand is your base. So if you want to modify, left knee can come down. You've been there before, you know where to go. Or left forearm can come down as well. If you're not modifying, well, I should say if your bottom knee is not on the ground, lift your hips so high. Maybe reach your right arm forward. You've got it. Maybe float your right leg up. Fullest expression. One last full round. Beautiful. Back to plank or modified. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Lift your heart, inhale. And then one last time, sitting back into screaming toe pose. Or if you'd like, you can come with me into camel pose. So option to sit up nice and tall, an extended hero's pose. Knees, hips width distance apart, toes tucked under behind you. Bring your hands to your low back to begin. Fingers can face down, or fingers can wrap around your waist, or make fists with your hands. Point your elbow tips straight back, and then start to press hands into hips, hips back into hands, hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart and curl open through your mid and your upper back. Stay here or take one, maybe both hands back to grab your heels. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Press your hips forward as you curl open through your heart. Shoulders back and down. You should be able to breathe. Try not to let your head collapse back, but instead extend back. There's strength in the sides of your neck. Wherever you're at, 2 more rounds. If you are taking camel, you're going to come out slowly. Same way you came in, hands to low back. Lead with your heart, not your head. All the way up. Come forward to hands and knees for a moment. You can pitter patter your feet, or you might just take a little bit of intuitive movement. Cat cow, circles, big or small through your hips. Eventually, friends, child's pose, no rush. And just feel your body, feel your breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose. Bring your right shin forward. Set your body down gently. So take your time to set yourself up with lots of intention, attention. You want your right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat. So nice and wide. And then just like we do in crescent lunge, front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. Keep pulling your front hip back as you bow. Yep, that's it. And keep pulling this back as you bow forward. Yep, that's it, perfect. Good job. Good, yeah, variations always welcome, I love it. Wherever you are at, just be, just breathe. So nothing to fix or change or control. Just allow yourself to be in your body, to tune in to your own inner world, your inner space, to respond to what you feel from a place of presence and love and wisdom, rather than frustration or anger. Take about 4, maybe 5 more rounds. Exhale out your mouth at any time. Visualize your breath moving down into your hips. Good job, everyone. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. When you think you are full, see if you can even take an extra sip of breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Slowly find your way back to down dog, however you want to make that transition, whatever movement you want to take to get there. So if you want to move through a vinyasa, if you want to take three-legged dog, give your right leg a nice shake out. Maybe you didn't flip your dog before, but you feel ready to flip it now. Maybe you want to go there again. So you do you. We'll see you in down dog your next couple of breaths or so. And then I'm just going to say, in your own time, find your way into pigeon with your left shin forward. Take just as much time, care, awareness to set yourself up on this side. Nice, Andrea. So front hip pulls back as you bow forward. And then just soften breath by breath. So allowing your body to just melt with each exhale. See if you can just be with yourself in your own inner world as if it's the most interesting thing in the world and in this moment. So give your mind something to focus on by paying attention. You can sit here and completely tune out. Choose to distract yourself with something more interesting. Or you can sit here and be in the pose, tune in, and find so many things to feel into just in your own body. So get curious, no judgment, just observation. I'm gonna guess around 4 or 5 more breaths. I will let you be the ultimate judge. So when you feel just about even on both sides, you can start one last transition back to down dog. No hurry whatsoever. Please take your time. And you can get there just as we did before, any way you want to. Back in your down dog, walk it out. If you want to move through one last vinyasa, please do. If you're hanging out in down dog, just feel for one last moment into all that length, all that space you've created for your practice today. Nice job, friends. One more big breath if you're in down dog. And then end of your exhale, just set your knees down, and however you want to get there, come all the way down onto your back. Once you're on your back, hug your knees in gently and rock side to side. And then after a few breaths, just gently rocking. Supine spinal twist of your choice. Go to whichever side you want to first. Just be aware of the space around you. Start to just give more and more of your weight to the ground with each breath. After about 4 or 5 rounds on this side, slow transition to the other side. So take your time as you transition to neutralize before just plopping your legs over to the other side. So transition as always, mindfully, intentionally. Take your time, no rush. But when you do feel pretty much even on both sides, come back to center, find a happy baby pose. And in your happy baby, you might play a little bit, you might rock, you might extend one leg and then the other, both at the same time. You can turn it into a sort of plow variation if you want to. And then slowly just start transitioning into your final relaxation. So if there are any other poses, any other movements, any last stretches you want to take to complete your own practice today, feel free. Eventually just settling in to either corpse pose or any other position that you would like to rest in that feels just grounding, supportive for you. My thought for you today is by Cory Muscara. He says, action without stillness is reactivity. Stillness without action is resignation. Action informed by stillness is purpose. Action without stillness is reactivity. Stillness without action is resignation. Action informed by stillness is purpose. So for these last few moments, just let your body rest and feel into it as a wide open space just for energy to flow through. Let the vibrations of the bowls flow through you and just feel whatever there is to feel. If it's uncomfortable or overwhelming at any point, see if you can breathe into it the same way you would an uncomfortable yoga pose. Shavasana. Take a deep breath down into your belly. Let it go. And just slowly bring movement back into your body. Wiggle fingers, toes. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And take a moment just to rest there, to let the energy of your practice really settle inside of you, absorb into you, become a part of you. And using the strength in your arms, guide yourself up into a seat, facing forward towards the front of our space. So seated meditation, sit up tall. Close your eyes. Gather your hands to your heart. And we'll seal our practice together with the sound of Om. So don't worry about how you personally sound. Just let your voice, let your vibration come through you and contribute to the sound of the whole. So start by exhaling, emptying out, clear your throat if needed. Breathe in your voice. Om. Namaste. Ruby knows class is over now. She's done very well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hope to see you through the week or on next Sunday. Wonderful rest of your weekend. And it's almost full. I think there's like 2 or 3 more spots. So. Good to have you back. Things are going.
I'm gone next weekend and I said, so,
Oh, do you have Venmo? So
Oh, right,
Venmo,
that way.
yeah, and it's just out on the desk. You can scan the thing, or it has mine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good to see you. Good to have you back. Good to have you back, Scott. Yeah, it's been too long.
I know.
What did you say? Did you say something about
I
my
said
parents?
say hi to your
Oh, I will.
parents.
I will. Yeah, they're just home. They don't have any plans really for the next
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, my mom just like, since she's gotten into Zoom yoga, she just sticks with it. She just does
Got
Zoom
it.
yoga forever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at least she's doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. And she got a dog, actually. Yeah, they got a dog. And it's like, that's like her whole life now. It's like her best friend. She's like obsessed. But I'm so glad my dad like finally caved, because for so long my dad was like, nope. She's a really cute dog, yeah.
Ruby, you are so good, huh? Yes, you are so good. Like always, we need to get you a haircut, but we just don't want to. We just don't want to.
A little steamy, huh? I know. This is just right, I think.
You went to Mason, right? Yesterday.
Oh yeah?
But,
For yoga or for
yeah,
cool.
they got it.
Oh, do they? I mean, I don't know how big the space is. Is it a big space? Oh, really?
Still wouldn't be as much.
Yeah. I know, and like even in the like old days, it was like mat to mat all the time back in the day, you know?
I like your class because I like, it's got a good vibe, you know, with all the young people and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it does.